Hello, and welcome back to Real Time. I'm Tyler.
And I'm Molly.
And we talk about the movies we like.
And the ones we don't.
But today we're not looking at a movie. We're looking at a TV miniseries, Over the Garden Wall.
Yes.
So, Over the Garden Wall ran on Cartoon Network in 2014.
Yep.
And it's quite something, isn't it?
Yes. It is only 10 episodes?
Yeah.
Yeah, 10 episodes.
10 episodes and a comic.
Oh, yeah. Oscar has the comic, I think.
Yes, he does. So you said.
Yes.
Now, Over the Garden Wall is about two children, Wirt and Gregory, played by Elijah Wood and Colin Dean respectively, who get lost in the woods and are trying to find their way back home.
Yeah.
Along the way, they meet a very colorful cast of characters, including a bluebird named Beatrice, played by Melanie Linsky, a woodsman, played by Christopher Lloyd, who is harboring a very deep secret, very dark secret.
Yes.
The Beast of the Forest, played by Samuel Ramey, who, well, we'll get into him.
Yeah.
A frog that Greg has been carrying all the way, played by Jack Jones. He gives his frog several names, including George Washington, Mr. President, Jason Funderburker, Wirt, John Cleese as Aunt Adelaide, and also a tea salesman, Quincy Endicott, a horse who likes to steal,
Yes.
named Fred, played by Fred Stoller. A mysterious witch of the woods, Auntie Whispers, played by the always magnificent Tim Curry.
Oh, yeah.
And so many others, too.
Yeah. Too many to name, really. It would take a long time.
Quite a few. So, what can we really say about Over the Garden Wall? It's creepy, it's mysterious, it's fantastic.
Yeah. It really is.
So, instead of going episode by episode and really diving deep into it, because that's going to take a while,
Yeah.
let's just go into some of our favorite things from it. So, what was your favorite episode from this show?
I love this show, but there are 3 episodes that I like more than the others. Lullaby in Frogland, where they're on a
When they're on the boat?
steamboat, yeah, with all the frogs. And then I also like Mad Love, where the two tea business tycoons accidentally build their mansions into each other, so they think each other one's a ghost haunting their house.
Oh, rich people, you guys are so crazy.
But my favorite is the 3rd episode, Schooltown Follies.
That does sound like your type.
Yes, because I love cute animals. Wirt and Greg, they
You call him Wart.
Wirt. Yes. Sorry, I know you just said his name.
I said his name like 4 or 5 times.
Wirt. Wirt and Greg. They stumble upon this schoolhouse where the teacher is teaching animals dressed up in cute little outfits how to read and write and all that stuff. And there's also a gorilla haunting, or not really haunting, just lurking around, and the teacher's father comes along and wants to shut down the school, so they have to help save the school and defeat the gorilla.
And while all this is going along, the teacher's husband had recently just left.
Yeah, I don't know if it was the husband or just her boyfriend.
I think it was her husband.
Maybe, but he was gone. And then,
spoiler alert, he reappears again as the gorilla.
Yeah.
He's dressed in this gorilla costume because he was working at the circus and got stuck in the gorilla suit.
Yeah, and he couldn't get it off, and no one would stop to help him because they were too scared of a gorilla.
And although they would miss each other very
Oh,
much,
God.
they knew
Yeah, I
they
really
would
like that
never
episode.
forget all the wonderful memories.
What about you? Favorite episodes?
Well, like you, I have a few that I really like. I like the second one where they go to Pottsfield and they're
mysterious
just
place called.
interacting with all those pumpkin people.
Yeah, I like that one. It gets me in the Halloween mood. I have some good Halloween vibes from that episode.
It's pretty spooky, yeah.
Yeah.
I like the 9th and the 10th episodes. The 9th one
Mine
for
too.
setting up for going back and setting up, Wirt and Greg in a not in a way that we didn't really quite expect.
Yeah, I
So
didn't expect it.
turns out these kids aren't really in. This isn't really taking place in some sort of like Victorian era, time.
Yeah.
These kids were like maybe from like the 70s or something.
Yeah.
And they're just out for Halloween when they fall into the river and are drowning.
Yeah, so you realize this is taking place, possibly taking place in
While they were
their
dying.
heads,
Yeah.
while they're dying.
And the 10th one, the final episode, it's really nice in wrapping all of these stories up. Like everything that was going on in the previous 9 episodes, everything gets an answer.
Yep, all the characters get an ending.
Yep.
Or all the ones that we
Upon her
Well,
release,
want to
Beatrice
see.
was
Yeah.
very grateful and
And
promised to guide
I really like how
Adelaide of the pasture.
this journey into the unknown really helps these two kids.
Yeah.
That night, even
Wirt
Beatrice
learns
was
to
lost.
chill out, and that not everyone hates him, but he's a typical teenager with angst and anxiety, so it's pretty natural for him to be
Getting direction
acting like that.
Yeah.
And Greg learns to
They met a horse
be a little bit
named
more
Fred.
careful
Like Beatrice,
because
Fred the horse
throughout the
had
whole
been forced to stay
show he's
outside in
been
the rain.
just going at things head first like a bull in a china shop.
He's very goofy, doesn't really think ahead.
He's a silly boy.
Yeah, he's just a little kid.
As the sun went
Um,
down, they reminisced about the fun
If I
adventures
had to
they
pick a
had
favorite, it'd
shared.
probably
Although they would
be
miss each
the
other
second
very
episode, though.
much, they knew
Just the
they'd
vibe,
never
the
forget all
atmosphere,
the
and just the
wonderful
general
memories.
aesthetic of the episode. It's really, really fun.
It is.
And I like how
Somewhere
we're slowly
lost in the
discovering
clouded annals of
what this
history
town is,
lies a
what's
place
going
that
on,
few
and
have seen.
really all of that.
A mysterious place called.
And I feel like that episode in particular benefits the most from
long-forgotten
rewatch.
stories are revealed to
You
those
know?
who
Yeah.
travel through
When they come to the town
one particularly
and they
dark night,
they enter the barn,
beneath
someone
an
says that they're
overturned
too
half-rock,
early.
two brothers
And we don't know what that means. Like,
accidentally wandered deep
okay,
into the
Yeah.
fog
that's
of
weird,
this
but
strange
all right.
world.
And then we find out later on that
Gregory. As the boys began
people
to realize just
in
how
the
lost they
pumpkin
were,
costumes,
suddenly heard
they're
the
actually
sound of
skeletons
cleaving axe
Yeah.
echoing through the
who
otherwise
now
silent
they're
forest.
just dressed in pumpkins and stuff.
Welcome to the unknown, boys.
So that was really interesting.
The woodsman,
And
who seemed to know every inch of the forest,
if you have
pointed
a
the
couple
brothers in
hours to
the right
spare,
direction.
you can easily
Soon
binge
they were
this
back
whole
in
Oh
the
series.
yeah, it doesn't take long at
The
all.
trail seemed to go
You know,
on
this
and on.
I wouldn't say that I
This
need
is the way the woodsman told us to go, right?
Before
more,
Greg could answer, they heard a small
but I would
voice
want
calling
more.
out
Yeah,
for
it
help
ends
from
nicely,
inside a bush.
but if they would have made more episodes, like in between,
The
that would be
voice
cool.
belonged to a
Yeah.
talking bluebird named
But
Beatrice. Though word
As
was
is, it's a
hesitant,
really
Gregory thought
good
it was a good
10-part
idea to let the bird
show
free.
that
Upon
really
their
anyone
release,
could pick up and
Beatrice was
enjoy,
very
Oh, yeah,
grateful and
definitely.
promised to guide the
and
brothers
this
to
might be
Adelaide
one of my
the
favorites
pasture.
from Cartoon Network.
Beatrice
Out of
explained.
all the things that they made,
Soon
they've made some
it
pretty
began
good
to
stuff.
rain, and that
It's
night
not my
even
favorite,
Beatrice
but it
was
is
lost.
one of my favorites.
You got great stuff like Courage the Cowardly Dog, Johnny Bravo, Ed, Ed and Eddie, Adventure Time, Regular Show. Regular Show was Cartoon Network, wasn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, good.
Getting directions was quite a
But
hopeless task.
Over the Garden Wall
As luck would have
is
it,
definitely near the
a
top
horse
for me.
named
Yeah.
Fred, like
If not
Beatrice,
at
Very
the
good.
Fred the
top.
horse
It's
had
very
been
good.
forced to stay outside in the rain.
Nice to horse.
So, would
He
you
said, letting them
consider
lie
Over
on
the
his
Garden
back.
Wall horror?
Wirt, Greg, and Beatrice merely climbed aboard
I would
the
consider
ferry
it fantasy.
and went on towards
Yeah.
Adelaide's cottage. As the
I'd
sun went
be
down,
inclined to agree with
they
you.
Yeah,
reminisced about
there's
the
some
fun
scary
adventures they had
aspects, but I would
shared. And
not
although they
label
would
it as
miss each
horror.
other
Now,
very
recently, we
much,
talked about
they
Over the
knew that
Garden
they'd
Wall's
never forget all the
villain,
wonderful
the Beast,
memories.
in our episode on disturbing characters that aren't from horror. It was a pretty fun collab with That Creepy Reading. Y'all should go check this out. And his channel out. He's really great too.
Mysterious place
But
called
the Beast.
Unknown.
What an enigma. This guy is.
Yeah.
You know,
Very creepy.
throughout the whole show, we only see him in shadows. And I don't think he's in very many episodes. I think maybe
No.
4.
Yeah, we don't see him a lot.
And he doesn't have very many lines either. But, you know, he's just there menacingly.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know, you could put the JoJo menacing symbols and bass over his scenes and it would make just as much sense. But like he's very mysterious and I like it.
Yeah.
You know, we don't get too much of him, although I would have liked to have gotten a little bit more.
But the trail
And
seemed to go on and
I've seen some fan theories online that
This is the way the woodsman told us to go.
the beast is a Wendigo.
Before Greg could answer, they heard
Which
a
makes
small
sense.
voice
You know,
calling
Over
to
the
them
Garden
for
Wall
help
takes
from inside
heavy
the
inspiration from American folklore and mythology, so it makes sense that they would
bush. Voice belonged to a talking
take from that
bluebird named
for the
Beatrice.
beast.
Though
Yeah.
Wirt was hesitant, Gregory thought
And
it was a
there's
good
also-
idea to let the bird free.
Dang old
Upon
cats.
her release,
There's
Beatrice
also
was very grateful
some
and
parallels
promised
between
to
this and
guide the
Dante's
brothers
Inferno.
to Adelaide of the pasture.
So that's what I've heard, but
Beatrice
You know, I mean,
not really for sure.
kind of makes sense. A poet
Soon it
with a
began to
companion
rain,
named
and that
Beatrice
night, even Beatrice
goes
was lost.
into basically a version of the 9 Circles of Hell.
I mean, her name is
Now, granted, I haven't actually
Try as he
read
might,
Dante's
Wirt
Inferno. I've
could
just
not get a word in edgewise.
watched a
It seemed
very
as if getting direction
in-depth,
was quite a hopeless
you know,
task
analysis
until,
of the story
as
from
luck would
Wendigo.
have it,
Go check
a
that out too.
horse named Fred.
But
Like
I should
Beatrice,
probably actually get
Fred
around to
the
reading
horse
that.
had been forced to stay outside in the rain.
But
Nice to
I
horse
just can't
your
read
acquaintance.
sometimes.
He said, letting them ride on
I
his back.
understand.
Wirt, Greg, and Beatrice
But-
merrily climbed aboard the
Yeah, I think
ferry
that might do it
and
for
went
us,
on
unless
towards
you have anything else to
Adelaide.
Well,
say.
did you want to talk about your favorite
As the sun
characters?
went down,
Yeah,
they
you're right.
reminisced
I'm
about the
dumb.
fun adventures
Yeah.
they had shared. And
What
although
are
they would
your
miss each
favorite?
other
Who's your favorite
very
character?
much,
You go
they knew
first.
that they'd never
Okay, there are a
forget
lot
the
of interesting
wonderful
characters, but of course, you know me. I like things simple. I like the funny ones. So my favorite character
Somewhere
is
lost in the
Greg.
cloud
That makes
annals of
sense.
history
He is
lies
cute.
a
He's
place that
funny. He's
few
just a
have
little
seen.
kid. He always knows what.
Mysterious place
Oh my gosh! He always knows what to say to break the tension.
He's just a silly boy.
The comedic relief. Yeah.
On one
We're
always-
burglars.
Yeah, he always says
Beneath
funny
an
things. He
old
said
time
he
house,
sings cute
two
songs.
brothers accidentally
You know,
wandered
everything I
deep
could want
into
in a
the fog of
character
this
is
strange
Greg.
world.
He's gonna burgle your
Their
church.
names were
Yeah,
Wirt
he's so
and
cute.
Gregory. As the
So what about
boys
you?
began to realize just how lost they were,
Ow.
they suddenly heard the sound of a
Headache.
cleaving axe echoing
Uh,
through the
well-
otherwise silent forest.
Trying to make you feel better.
Okay.
Welcome to the unknown.
There's
boys.
quite a few interesting characters in this show.
The woodsman,
Yeah.
who seemed
But,
to know every inch of the forest, pointed the brothers in the right direction. Soon
it's
they were
really
back on the
hard,
path towards
'cause
home. But the trail seemed to go on.
I just like all of these
Should have
people.
found a town by now.
Yeah,
This is
it's
the way
okay.
the
You don't
woodsman
have to
told
have
us
a
to go,
favorite. I
right?
understand. There's a lot of
Before
cool
Greg
people.
could answer, they heard a small voice calling to them.
I think I might actually have to go with Beatrice, honestly.
Mm.
You know, I like her story where she gets her and her whole family turned into bluebirds because
Yeah.
she was dumb,
Hesitant.
Yeah.
Gregory thought
And
it
What
was
was
just-
a
she doing?
good
Like
idea
throwing
to let
rocks
the
at
bird
a
free.
bluebird or something?
probably.
Upon her
Something like
release,
that.
Beatrice
And then
was very
she has to
grateful and
begrudgingly
promised to
work
guide
with
the
these two
brothers to
kids who
Adelaide of the
irritate
pasture.
her to all
Beatrice
to all
explained.
sorts of degrees.
Mm-hmm.
But she, you
Soon
know,
it
grows
began
to
rain,
accept them
and that
as
night, even
you
Beatrice
know,
was lost.
as the story goes on.
Yeah.
Ask for some directions.
I was wondering.
Another one of my favorites would have to be the Woodsman,
Her name is
based on his story
Try as he
too.
might,
His, he's trying to get his daughter back from the beast, so the beast tricks him into chopping down Edelwood trees that had been turned that were previously children.
They met a horse
He didn't know about that fact until like the
Yeah.
very end, so he's
Fred the horse had been
very
forced
much
to stay
horrified
outside in
by
the
what
rain.
he's been
Nice to horse
forced to do.
Yeah.
acquaintance.
He said,
And
letting them ride on his
he's
back.
finally able to
Wirt,
stand up to
Greg,
himself and
Beatrice
and
merrily
realize that
climbed
his
aboard
daughter's
the
soul was
ferry
never in the
and
lantern
went
at
on
all.
towards
It was the
Adelaide's
beast's
cottage.
soul.
Yeah.
As the sun
So,
went down,
that was
they
really
reminisced about the
intriguing,
fun
too.
adventures they had shared.
Yeah.
And although they would miss each other very
Well,
much,
That'll
they
have to
knew
do it
that
for
they would
us.
Never forget all the wonderful
so?
memories.
It's a very good TV show, and if you haven't seen it, you should check it out.
What are you waiting for? Go
Yeah,
watch it.
Go watch it.
So, our next review is going to be something
Lies a
horror
place that few
related.
have seen.
Or maybe it's not. I don't know. Most likely it's going to be something. We have quite a list.
Yes.
Her long
So,
forgotten
we'll
stories
catch you guys
are
next
revealed
time.
See you
through
next
travels through
time.
the woods.